maybe in the ER they don't have the proper bedside etiquette, but life flight had to take place. They had to take him to another hospital that could handle Bradie's level of injury. And they said, you can say goodbye to your son.
When I'm at my end, you're just getting started. When I hit a wall that you just walk through. When I face a mountain, you are the maker, so it's gotta move. When I'm out of faith, and you are still faithful. When I'm at my worst.
I'm Bradie Ramella. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I lived in Europe for 7 years, and I live in Ohio now, and I'm 18 years old. I rode dirt bikes with some of my cousins for many years, and that has kind of just moved to the road and off of the dirt.
We actually got a call from my uncle that said, "Hey, how's Bradie doing?" He received a call about where to pick up the motorcycle, and he asked the dispatcher, "Well, how's Bradie?" And they said, maybe he has a leg injury, we don't really know. And so at that point, kind of trying to figure out what actually happened was really difficult.
They said he had some leg injury, and so that's all they knew. And so when they got there, the room was just covered in blood.
I walk in and I kind of just grab my wife's hand when they walked us in. There was blood all over the floor.
I was told that I had 18 units of blood put back in my body, which is 2 times the amount that's already in my body. I should have bled out in 4.5 minutes, and it took 6 or 7 for EMS to get to my spot.
The whole bottom sheet was just dripping in his blood, and I just felt like, God, you've got this.
The church prayer line got contacted, and prayer went out all over, and so that we needed that. We couldn't have reached that amount of people. One person who got reached actually was our pastor, Pastor Mark. He was on his way home from Michigan, and he said, he just contacted me, said, "Vince, I'm just coming straight to the hospital."
I had my popliteal artery severed, my kneecap was in pieces, my femur was fractured just in half, my tibia and my fibia were compound fractured, so they were sticking out of my skin, and so they were going to try to fix the leg, but they said if they were able to fix it, I would have to just drag it behind me for the rest of my life.
The night of the accident, a vascular surgeon came to us and asked us, did we want him to try to save the leg. It would require harvesting a vein from the right thigh, putting it on the left side and bypassing the knees to try to take blood from the thigh down to the lower part of the left leg. The whole thing was a little bit touchy. They did surgery for 8 hours that night and just said, time will just have to tell whether or not it was successful. They never did get a very strong pulse the whole next day in his left leg. And so the accident was Saturday afternoon. By Monday morning, they said, we don't have a choice. We have to amputate the leg, and we'll just take it at the uppermost break.
With my right arm, this scar here is from where they had to put the plates in. So these 2 scars are from plates, and the scar here is from where they had to put both my bones back into my arm. And so this hand had no breaks in it, but all 4 fingers were dislocated. I just remember looking at my leg and just thinking it was normal, just because I had already gotten over my grief, but I don't remember it. And so my grieving days, that my parents said that I grieved the whole day for 2 days, and I don't remember any of that. So I just think it was normal that I had 1 leg.
Coming through those stages of coma, it was tough. There was some dark times. There was I wouldn't even say anguish. There was like an anger, and I was very fearful that, oh no, is this who we're gonna have? Is this who Bradie's gonna be? And they would come. I mean, it was hard anger, and I remember some of the staff telling us, the nurses, the doctors, "Oh, that's great." I'm like, look at him like, what are you talking about? That's crazy. They said, no, if he doesn't go through this stage of coma, then more than likely there's something more serious that we're not, and this is just the normal process. So it's like, okay, thanks God. How do we do this?
So I don't really see them as dark moments just because I'm still here.
I think one thing about this experience is that I have always felt the presence of the Holy Spirit with us. So it was never that frantic, oh my word, what are we going to do? But God, be here and just take charge of what needs to happen, because Bradie's whole life, he has been extremely adventurous and never one to sit and let life happen, but always get up and bound down the stairs and see how many times you can just do it in one leap, And so, God, we also don't want Bradie to live in a state where it's too much for him to bear.
So the darkest moments that I see are going up and down the stairs. That will take quite a bit longer just because I have to do one step at a time with both my feet, and so I can't go up and down them quickly.
When he started to come to, he had some conversation before, but when he was really there, it was something different. Bradie's humor came back. And all of you that know Bradie will never miss an opportunity to make a joke about something.
Honestly, I've had so much joy recently. That's a gift from God. I just feel like I have the Holy Spirit in me.
Bradie's healing spiritually has been overwhelming in that at about week 7, he woke up from his coma to the point where he was speaking. And he said, the thing I really want to know, and I'm thinking, what is it? What is it? What have we not answered well? Is how will I ever sit crisscross applesauce?
This shirt my parents got for me for Christmas, and I love this shirt. The impact that I can have on other people's lives just because of my joy with the troubles that I'm going through has been able to show people that even though I'm struggling right now, I'm still able to have joy because of Jesus.
So there are a few times trying to have some of those serious conversations with him, just him and I one-on-one, and I'm almost trying to walk him through the potential grief. And one of the early on things that he said to me is, Dad, I'm not going to let this identify who I am. As a dad, I don't remember teaching that. I don't remember ever teaching that. That to me is just the grace of God and the Holy Spirit just saying, hey, I've got you. I've got you.
He said to me at youth, at worship tonight, we were talking about bitterness and how the root of it is so damaging to the person holding on to it. And they asked us to share things that we were bitter about. And he said, I really couldn't think of anything. Dear God, help me to lay down the things that I struggle to let go of as I watch Bradie journey in a way that is so full of Jesus and love and grace and compassion.
Bradie and his brothers are MKs, missionary kids. And I remember I told him right around that time, I said, dude, you're not just an MK anymore, you're an M2K. You're a missionary's kid and you're a miracle kid. And the thing that I think is so wonderful about that is a lot of MKs, that's who they were. That happened when their families, their parents took them and they went abroad. Bradie today is living out his mission as an MK.
I wanted to grow my relationship with God further, and I knew he was calling me to be baptized, but I was scared. I've struggled with anxiety my whole life, and I didn't think that I could do it. If someone told me a year ago I would be up here talking in front of you all, I would think you're crazy. But when I came to church on December 4th of last year, God gave me the push I needed. Someone here at Living Water inspired me to get baptized. Before coming to church that day, I had never met Bradie. I didn't know anything about him, but I found out he was in an accident and was in the hospital for 3 months. And when he got out, he came up here and spoke in front of all of us. And I thought it was so courageous. He inspired me to face my fears and overcome my anxiety to take the leap for baptism.
Come on, sing this with me. 'Cause you're the God of the breakthrough.
He exudes the Holy Spirit, and it's where I want to be. I want more of that. I want to live in a way that people can see that in me too. I hold him as a dear role model, because dealing with crap through life, our eyes should really be on Jesus and not on the crap that we're trying to go through. And that is how he's living life.